What is up, guys? This is my Dino build that I entered Manchester Regionals with. I came 15th, which was actually quite good for myself because I won 5 out of 7 rounds of Swiss. So it was a pretty alright day. Besides me turning up late on the train, which cost me the first match, I didn't do that bad, so I'll just go into the deck. So I run 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, 1 Vanishing Dragon, 3 Disasters, 1 Phasma, 1 Dolgeron, 3 Miscellaneousaurus, 3 Soul Eating Oviraptor, 1 Tyranno Infinity, 2 Ghost Ash, 2 Ghost Ogre, 3 Babycerosaurus, 3 Petrodon, 1 Maxi, 1 Jirac-Alio, 2 Instant Fusion, 3 Fossil Dig, 3 Terraforming, 3 Dragonic Diagram, 1 Imperial Order, and the Poverty's version of Strike, which is 3 Storm Scolding. For the extra deck, I ran 1 Nordin, 1 Trishula, 1 Net Beast, 1 Chambara, 1 Denglong, VDF, Enterblathnia, Utopia the Lightning, Utopia, 2 Largia, 1 Dolka, Storm Dragon, Castell, and Abyss Dweller, which most of them I didn't even look at, but they were there. And for the extra deck, 1 more Dolgeron, 2 Ghost Reaper, 2 DD Crow, Regeki, 2 Dark Hole, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Torrential, 3 Dim Barrier, and 1 Solemn Warning. Now, I guess the only thing that I would actually change in this deck, per se, is actually some of the side option, which would be the Ghost Reapers. I would change for something else. Probably from a matchup, I would have probably changed it for Lancia because it would have helped a bit more against the mirror. But I thought this would have actually helped against the mirror because I'd be able to reveal VDF, Flagia, Dolker, Chambara, whatever, and it would disrupt my opponent's play. So I thought that would actually help, but it didn't because even though I sided it in on multiple games, I was up against the Phantom Knights. I thought that I would need to reveal something, but when I used Lithus effect and saw the extra deck, it just didn't help. And most of the other matches, I didn't need it, so that's probably the only thing that I'd change for the deck, to be honest. But my first match, as I already said, I was a match loss because of the trains. The second match was against Odd Eyes Magicians, which I 2-0'd with ease. Third matchup was against Flower Cardian, which was an interesting matchup because every time I resolved Lithus, I would look through his extra deck. I'm like, what the hell should I banish? Because all the synchros that he ran 2 to 3 copies of them, so there's no point in me banishing some of the synchros. And there was one synchro that was annoying. I think it's called Botfly or something like that. Where is it? Flower Cardian. This piece of shit whenever the screen wants to load. But this stopped my players a lot because I couldn't use my grave effects at all, so it meant a lot of my players got slowed down because I'd open Ungodly with like Lithus and my 2 babies, or I'd open Diagram or some unholy combination of them, and then he summoned this Bodyfly and said, right, you can't use your grave effects. I'm like, right, I can get over this board, except I can't OTK now, bitch. So that was the only really annoyance that came up in that matchup. Besides that, it was fine, but I 2-0'd that anyways. Game 4 was the mirror match. I lost that so horribly because I went first, normal Soul Eating Oviraptor, get my search, and that's about it. I pass, and then he just destroys me. And to add insult to injury, he summons his Soul Eating Oviraptor, blows up mine to bring up something from his grave, so it was just awful. It was awful. I didn't open anything good, so I lost that really, really badly. Game 5 was against Fluffle, which again, I absolutely destroyed Fluffle because I went first turn, made VDF, made Nat Beast, and even just on the off chance he may have a kaiju, I used Petrodon's effect to spit out Dogron on my field, so it meant that he couldn't kaiju me, he couldn't slumber me, and he couldn't use any of his spells, which Fluffles rely on quite a lot. So yeah, that was another 2-0'd game. Paleo 2-0'd again. Didn't use Dweller or anything. It was mainly Ghost Dash that won me the game because he'd draw into his demise or something like that. Attempt to use it, I'd Ghost Dash it straight away. And the game dragged on quite a while because I think it was an Italian into Blathnia, and I didn't have a translation at the time, so I couldn't remember which effects. I thought one of the effects bounced something, but now reading it, all of them vanished. But I didn't have a translation, and my phone died, so I couldn't use the Blathnia because I didn't have a translation, and everyone around me was not playing Dino, so I couldn't really just shout, "Can someone chuck me a Blathnia?" So I know what it does. But I still won overall because VDF making it so I can pop his stuff to some of my true kings was actually pretty good. Heck, I didn't actually need to detach on one occasion because he had 2 Paleos on board, so I just used the Water True King, Water True King's effect. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. He could have drew, but he didn't read Downed Magician properly because he went into Cat Shark, 2 Toads, and tried to overlay the Cat Shark into Downed Magician in main phase 1 to try and do lots of damage to me. But nobody reads the cards properly at regionals sometimes. Well, the opponents that I played did not read their cards properly, and he didn't realise that Downed you had to overlay during main phase 2, so it came to turn 6, that's when I drew the Ultimate Conductor, specialed it just because I could, and I won because I hadn't taken any damage yet and he was down to about 800, so yeah. And last matchup I was up against Murray, who ran Phantom Knights with Zoo in it, which was pretty easy matchup because game 1 I went first, used Lithus' effect to banish Beatrice, Break Sword, and I think I banished his Broadbull as well, so it made getting over my board a bit harder because he only made one of each of them, well, one Beatrice for obvious reasons. And then I just spat out VDF and a Nat Beast, so it was pretty alright. I had the Ghost Ogre in hand as well, so it didn't make much of a difference because he attempted to wrap Pier into Dryden, and but it was under VDF, so Dryden couldn't use its effect straight away, and I also had Scalding set, so Dryden wasn't a problem for me. I just Scalding Dryden as soon as it activated its effect, and then won. Game 2, he ends his turn with a Dante, a Kagasuchi, an Invoker, and a Trident. And what do I open with in my opening hand? My Sided Dark Hole. Play that straight away and then just Curve Stomp for the win. So yeah, that was really the match report for my game. So the only thing that I would change for the main deck is probably these 4 strikes, but I couldn't play strikes because Mick did not have his strikes, so I played the poverty version, which actually turned out to be better. But still, overall, I'd actually prefer strikes over this because it's less life points, and it makes it more difficult for me to side in my other back row if I keep these main. So it's good when it's good, it's not when it's not, but it's pretty good, pretty good. It's won me a few games out of those matches. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe as always, and I'll be signing out now. Peace.